All right, well, welcome back. We are, as I mentioned earlier, unfortunately, Kim Vanderberg can't be here tonight, but to fill in for him is Steve Carrero, who is also part of the HOHP and one of the key guys, a part of that. And we're so blessed that he's here to share with us tonight. So Steve, come on up, and he's gonna talk a little bit about HOHP and the different things that they've got going on right now. Praise the Lord.
Thank you. I'm not as eloquent a speaker as all these other people, so just bear with me. And I'm very ill prepared because this was a last minute thing.
Thank you for stepping up.
Not a problem.
Thank you for stepping up, absolutely.
I really believe in the HOHP organization. They do what they say they're gonna do, okay? I'll give you a short synopsis. They are an all volunteer, all donation organization, 501c3. Nobody in the organization makes a penny. Every penny we get, raised or gets donated, goes back to a veteran somehow. Whether it be through clothing, food, giving them housing on the weekend if they need emergency housing, just enormous amounts of things. And I really, really stress that because we're not the normal veterans organization where the top people are making buco bucks. We give because we believe in what it is. Now, if anybody doesn't know what HOHP is, it's helping, honoring, hiring our heroes of Pinal County. We really believe in every aspect of the veteran's life, whether it be male or female. We have Arizona Department of Veteran Service agents that have offices right at our office downtown. They're there 4 days a week. Every veteran should go in and talk to one of these agents, because there are veterans out here all over the place that still don't know that they've earned benefits. There are disability benefits that you have earned that you may not even know about. This is one of our primary things that we do. We want the veterans to get what they've earned. It's not a gift. It's not an entitlement. You guys have earned everything you get plus more. I'm sorry, I get very... This is not me. But I have met so many veterans in the last 7 years that I've been with this organization. We go all over Pinal County, okay? We have a 39-foot RV that we take out and we go up to places like Mammoth, Oracle, Superior, Apache Junction. 7 places on the reservations is what we used to go to. We're revamping everything now, but we want to get this information out to our veterans. They may not even know what benefits are out there. So many veterans fall through the cracks. And if we can catch one, that's one more that didn't fall through the cracks. So I'm sorry I get so passionate. We have fundraisers, we have guitars for vets, where we have people come in, they'll teach you how to play a guitar. And when you complete the course, you get a guitar. They'll give it to you as long as you complete the course. Doesn't cost you a dime. You know, we want to be there for you, whatever you need. Help you with burial benefits if that's what you need to find out about. We help you with maybe get tied in with the VA so that maybe you need a scooter. I'm not saying we guarantee anything, but we can put you in the right direction for whatever we think we can help you with. We are here for you veterans and the veterans' wives. everybody in our organization really believes in what we do. Another aspect of our organization is we're building what we call a Veterans Transition Center. It's out on McCartney Road. It used to be the old Horizon, if anybody's familiar with it. It's between Overfield and Signal Peak. It's on the right-hand side. We've been working on it for about 4 years, but most of the work has been done by volunteers. We haven't had to pay a lot of money out to pay for contractors. There's a group of about 8 guys, and they have busted their butts. We have the first floor just about completely done. That'll house 10 veterans as of right now. We've redone the kitchen, all kinds of things. I'd like to invite everybody here anytime you want, from 7 o'clock in the morning till noon on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Come out, we will be glad, overjoyed to give you a tour and show you what's coming. We just received a grant for the second floor in administrative costs. Red tape's involved and all that, so it's been held up. But we're gonna put another 15 beds upstairs. Bedrooms, so that these veterans can stay with us from anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. We're gonna give them the counseling they need, whether it be drug or alcohol, but then we're not gonna put them back in the same place we took them from, which does nobody any good. We're gonna educate them. We're gonna job train them. We're gonna give them the medical help if they need it, or help them to get the medical help. Teach them how to live a budget. Teach them how to live in an apartment. Teach them how to blend back into society and know that they have worth. The biggest problem with our veterans nowadays, they don't feel like they're worth anything. Some of the guys got out of the military, and that's what made them. If they're not in the military anymore, they're nothing. They don't realize the value that they have. And we have to reintroduce that into their life. We have to show them God does not make junk.
That's right.
And we have to really convince them. I'm sorry.
Also, the wood shop.
Oh, that's next. I get carried away. I get really passionate. I'm sorry. I've seen so many of these veterans in the last 7 years, and we have helped a lot of them. We have actually helped 125 veterans this year to get whatever they need. Now, that's as of right now. But we have seen over 4,000 veterans have come through our center. Whether it be for a dinner, whether it be for coffee club on Tuesday morning, which you're all invited to coffee club on Tuesday morning, goes from 8 to 10:30. First Tuesday of every month, we have a potluck breakfast. You can bring something or just come. Shoot the shit, tell lies, whatever you want to do. You know, just interact with people that know what you did, what you went through. It's much easier to talk when somebody understands what you're talking about. It's not like going to a counselor who's 22 years old and doesn't have a clue.
That's right.
That's what our veterans need. They need people that have been where they were to know what they're going through so that they can get the help that they need. I'm sorry, I don't keep
It's okay.
spanning.
All right.
But it's really, really important what we do. We work together with as many organizations as we can. We just had what we call a stand down. And it's 50 to 60 organizations get together. We had it out at our McCartney
Veterans Transition Center.
Veterans Transition Center. And we think we had 140 veterans come through. Now, we try to get every veteran that comes to sign up, because we need the numbers, so that we can get legislation, we can get funding, we can get things like that. So it's really important that we get there and we find out who our veterans are. There's so many of them out in the desert, on the street, and they just don't know that there's help for them. Some of them have been helped before, but they got the counseling and everything else, and then they put them right back where they took them. It didn't do any good. It wasted their time. It made them feel worse. It wasted revenue. It wasted our time, and it just exacerbated the problem. We need to fix the whole problem, not just part of it. And that's what I believe our organization does. Now, another thing we have out at the VTC, we just opened up a wood shop. We have a guy named Tom, and I can't think of his last name. Helpingstein, Don Helpingstein. He makes canes for veterans, and he donates them to the veterans.
And they're really works of art.
And they're decorated with the Vietnam era, or all the eras that are, he sets them up with that.
Their division.
Yeah,
and their
I can't
platoon,
remember all
that,
the
yeah,
things.
Yeah, they're
But,
medals.
I mean, he makes it very, very personal. And he does this because he believes in what he does. So we built him a shop out there. He's in it now. He's gonna be there Thursdays from 8 o'clock, I believe, till noon. Okay? He welcomes anybody to come out and talk to him. He's a great guy.
If I
He's a
can,
veteran.
If I can, Peter just donated a commercial table saw,
Okay,
and Lynn Paul and his wife are getting ready to donate an industrial bandsaw.
Yep.
So this is gonna be.
yeah, this is gonna be a
something.
great shop.
Yep.
And also, they're gonna have veterans come out there, and he's gonna teach the veterans how to work with their hands,
Work with wood.
how to do stuff, which is therapeutic for PTSD. A lot of veterans. He did it to bring himself out. So, he really believes in what he does, and he takes it out of his pocket.
Yep.
So we try to help him as much as we can. We try to fundraise, things like that. But this shop, I think, is gonna be a big change for a lot of people.
That's awesome.
You know,
Powerful.
I'm trying to think what else we do. We just, if you think of something for a veteran, we probably have something to do with it. We just donated a vehicle to a veteran. Somebody donated a car to us, and a veteran happened to come along who had just lost everything. So he's here with his family. He's starting a job November 4th because he came through us and we helped to send him in the right direction. So we had this vehicle. He didn't have a vehicle. We donated the vehicle to the veterans. So,
Now he's
you know,
gonna
we
work.
can't do that all the time. But, you know, we got to do whatever it takes. So like I say, I'm sorry if I've overwhelmed, but I truly, truly do believe in what we do. And I think there's so many more veterans out there that need the help. So I'm gonna personally ask all of you veterans, if you haven't been back to check on your benefits in the last 2 years, please call the center. Make an appointment with an Arizona Department Veteran Services agent. Get in, talk to him. If you already got benefits, he'll have your file. If you haven't gotten any of your disability benefits, hearing, loss of hearing, tinnitus, you could have broke your leg while you were in, these are things that you could be compensated for. You've earned these benefits. They're not a gift. They're not an entitlement. You paid the price to get these benefits. So please, go get them. They're yours. Thank you very much. Thank you.
If anybody's interested, I have pictures of the canes that he's talking about.
All right.
If you're interested.
All right, well, we're running a little bit long tonight, but.
I'm sorry. I
That's okay.
apologize.
Not your fault. I appreciate you, Steve, great job, great job. We, are gonna do, I wanted to mention a couple of things real quickly. The, HOHP, they have their Veterans Day Parade coming up. It's on November 2nd, starts at 9 a.m. and it's in Casa Grande. And where are they lining up?
They're gonna line up on Brown Avenue, but normally when they come out Brown, they take a left.
Yeah,
This year, we're taking a right.
right.
We're heading down toward Lowe's.
Yeah, right, and they're gonna end up where the car show is and the,
Well, no, we're
restaurant.
gonna end up at Lowe's, and then they're gonna go into Lowe's parking lot, and then everybody's supposed to go to the car show after that.
Right, okay, there you go.
Eagle One will be at the car show. It will not be in the parade this year.
Oh,
The
okay.
motorcycles will be down there, the cars will be down there. Please, come down and join us. It's a great show. And they've partnered with us to make it grow and to include the veterans. Thank you, I'm
All
sorry.
right, that's okay. All right, terrific. Also, Arizona City, we'll be having our parade, our little parade here in our neighborhood, on November 11th. And that's lining up here down on Monaco at 8:30, and the parade starts at 9 o'clock. So you want to come down and be supportive of that. We'll bring down your cars and be in it. That'd be great as well. We would appreciate that.
Monaco and Sunland Gym.
Yeah, Monaco and Sunland Gym.
Can we bring our
Sunland Gym is,
motorcycles?
Yes.
right where we're at.
Yes.
So there you
Okay.
go. All right, wanna do the raffle thing?
Yes, yes.
All right,
So
let's do the raffle thing. How much
So
we
the
got?
50/50 is we, got $70, so the 50/50 is $35.
All right.
Thank you,
$35.
everyone.
Whoever gets the winning ticket. So who wants to draw? Steve, you wanna draw for them? All right,
Close your eyes.
close your eyes, don't
Even if I had my eyes open, I couldn't see it.
All right, the winning number is?
I'll do the last four, 5827.
5827. Who's got 5827?
Some people.
You
Yeah.
want me to draw again?
No.
Awesome, thank you.
There you go, hey, wonderful, praise the Lord, there we go. All right, well, great job.
You blessed me again.
Hey, just keep going on, keep going on.
About 40 of them. I can't figure out your odds.
Anyway, do we have time for God and Country, or?
Yeah, just a short.
All right, we're gonna do a short, thing of God and Country. Ed's gonna join me, here. He's gonna handle the, military side of it, since he's, such an officer and a gentleman.
That's debatable.
Well, yeah, let's not
I'm
push
gonna try to get
Yeah, they didn't let me off the hook when I retired.
All right, come on over here.
Okey-doke.
All right, anyway, came to me today that, when I was thinking about how, what we were gonna talk about in God and Country, we just do this for a few minutes, but basically, Call of Duty came to mind, because that's certainly what God and Country is all about, and Call of Duty. So, Ed, why don't you go ahead and start with the military aspect of it?
Okay.
Go ahead.
As I look around, I see a lot of veterans, a lot of folks who have answered the call of duty. I came into the world just before the Korean War. And my dad was stationed in Japan at the time. He was one of the prosecutors of war crimes trials in Japan. And so I grew up in the military, and we lived all over. He was commissioned in 1930, answered the call, and served. Well, he was they commissioned him as an infantry officer, because even though he had a law degree, they didn't need lawyers, they needed infantry officers. So he served through World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. And It was during the Vietnam War that I felt the call. You know, I started off as a teenage, well, some of my earliest members are going to weapons demonstrations. Okay, watching recoilless rifles fire. I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember recoilless rifles, you know, but anyways, they weren't recoilless.
Exactly.
Automatic weapons aren't, you know, friendly fire isn't. But, so my first brush with duty was when I became a Boy Scout. And I still remember the oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and country.
Yeah.
And so that's been a theme of my life. I enlisted in 1968. I could only go infantry, you know, because my dad was infantry. That was the only branch. I was young and stupid.
Weren't we all?
And I spent 3 years in the military, on active duty. But when I got out, I just didn't seem to fit anywhere. I got out in '71, the Vietnam War was still going on, and I didn't understand civilian world. You know, in the Army, there's always somebody in charge. If there's a problem, you can take it to the next higher level. But it doesn't seem to work that way in civilian life, or didn't to me. And then after I got into college, I said, you know, I should go back in the military. And so I finished my time in college, got commissioned. By the grace of God, the oversight of my raiders, I managed to make it up to major. And so I got to brief a lot of generals and that sort of thing. And always there was a call of duty. You know, that's kind of what gets you up in the morning when it's 0200 and you're part of the QRF or Quick Reaction Force, or you have to do an emergency readiness deployment. You know, you gotta round up the troops, get a hold of the families so that they can do the non-combat evacuation order. You know, and each person in the family has to have a bag no more than 66 pounds to take the planes back to CONUS, and so we can bring the troops over. I worked in headquarters, U.S. Army Europe and 7th Army as a deputy headquarters commandant, which is kind of a highfalutin title. I was more like a facility manager. You know, I did get the trash taken out, but you know, you do that because you feel this urge to do something, to be meaningful, to serve something bigger than ourselves. And so I stayed in the military for 25 years and retired. And I joined this organization because I felt, you know, this is a group of folks that I understand and understand me. And we have a lot in common. You know, we share a lot of acronyms. You know, NEO, EDRI. But this is what motivates us, you know, to get involved, to find out how we can help the recorder in our, as citizens, you know, of this community. You know, we don't just sit around. You know, one of the things I've noticed, and this is going to be a little off topic, one of the things I noticed in some of our candidates is a total lack of preparation. Dear God, if I had shown up at a briefing without preparation, I'd have been ordered off the podium. You know, I briefed General Jalwan. He had a photographic memory. You don't show the same slides you did last night, you know, because he would say, Major, I don't think you're ready for this. Step down. So, call of duty. And that's why Dave does what he does, because he feels a duty to the people of God. And although I go to a different church, it doesn't matter. because we're all brothers
Yeah.
and sisters. So, that's the military side of it, I guess.
Right. Thank you, Ed, appreciate it. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of give the other side of the call of duty. As I always try to encourage people, it doesn't matter what else you're doing in life. I think the most important thing that you can do in life is put God first.
Amen.
That is our call of duty. As anybody that's calling themselves Christian, and this last count of something like 90 million people in this country call themselves Christians. Unfortunately, only about 45,000 of them actually get out and vote. And I encourage all veterans to get out and vote, you know, but because it is part of your duty, as part of being part of this country, is to get out and vote. And one of the things that we know as Christians, and we know certainly as soldiers, is the need of sacrifice. And we sacrifice our time, we sacrifice our energies, we sacrifice a lot of our self to serve this country and to serve the Lord. And I think it's so important that we use the gifts that God has given us to serve this country and to serve the Lord. There are so many people that have gifts that basically, as I tell people all the time, just sit in the pews or just sit in the chairs and they don't participate. And yet they got great voices and they could be singing. They've got skills that they could be participating and utilizing to enhance the ministry or to even this organization. And so one of the things that we always encourage, and I think is so important, is for people to participate. Because the more that you participate, the more that God can bless you in the process. And I think that's a wonderful thing for us to be able to do. And one of the things that we know from being in the military and also being Christians is the fact that our job is to serve others. That's why we served in the military, was to serve other people, to protect other people, to be a benefit in protecting others and to protect this nation, which is supposed to be a nation under God. And I continue to pray in this upcoming election that this country will come back to being a great nation under God once again, because we've seen to kind of fall far away from that, and that's unfortunate. But we know that as we serve others and that we step up to be the people that God created us to be, that we can be a great nation under God once again. And I encourage each and every one of you to serve this nation and getting out and voting, allowing your voice to be heard, and also make an impact by getting involved in a church. And we certainly welcome you at Gospel Light. We're just a little family church, but we're a loving, Christ-centered, Bible-focused, and Spirit-filled church that we encourage people to come and check out. We have Saturday services at 4:30 and Sunday services at 9 in the morning. We do community dinners. We're doing a food bank tomorrow at 9 o'clock. We even do drive-through prayers, starts at 7 o'clock. There you go. And so we're blessed to pray for people as they're going to work, coming home from work. And I'll tell you, people love to get lifted up in prayer. And even if they're not big-time believers or strong Christians, they know, everybody knows there's power in prayer. So
Amen.
God answers prayer,
Right.
and He's with us, and we're so blessed to do that. So praise the Lord. Thank you, Ed, appreciate it. That's our little God and country thing. Huh? I got you. Okay. Boots and Yvonne are here tonight. I'm just going to ask them to come up for a few minutes and share with you a little bit. They're running for the Casa Grande School Board, and we need them because they're great voices, not only for God and country, but as we talked about before, they're part of the Conservative Lovers, and we are so blessed to have them. And so God bless you, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Come on up.